Okay, so now that we've begun, I'm going to get started. So for this particular project, I decided to choose analyzing women in anime. And I decided to focus on mainly strong women because, hold on, I need to make sure this is working. Okay, so it is working. Just was trying to make sure about that. So within anime and women's representation, a lot of different things have been said about the representation of women in anime. For example, there are many critics who believe that women are portrayed in or over sexualized anime, or they're weakened in presentation of anime where they don't have as many strong roles. Some critics have many different sayings on how anime portrays women, and a lot of it actually reflects on how maybe the Japanese culture feels about women, and or how maybe the audience who watches anime feels about women. So that's what critics say. Now, compared to my midterm project, when I was comparing, I focused on LGBTQ representation in anime. I think with women in anime, especially with the strong characters, anime has taken a lot of strides that has propelled the representation of women in a much faster pace than the way Americans have in American cartoons. So, who will we focus on? We're going to focus on Tsunade from Naruto, Mikasa from the newest critically acclaimed, sorry, I can't talk very well, I just had my wisdom teeth taken out, critically acclaimed anime Attack on Titan. And then we're going to look at an interesting character known as Maleficent in Kingdom Hearts. And then we're also going to talk about the balance between sexuality and finding presented. So we're going to start with Tsunade. Okay, just making sure everything's working. We're going to go ahead and turn off this sound, and I'm going to talk while it's playing. So we start with this scene right here, as we know. This is about how Tsunade has lost a lot of loved ones in her life, particularly her male characters, her little brother, and then her the person she had fallen in love with. So after she did that, she began a life of gambling, and she was one of the 3 legendary Sanins, which means she was trained by the 3rd Hokage, and really, and Orochimaru is right there, and he's also one of the Sanin. So her, and that's her assistant, Shizune. So, Tsunade is very interesting because right now we're seeing that she is an expert medical ninja. So not only is she good at doing her medical arts, she reformed the medical arts in the ninja world. It talks extensively about how many contributions she made, how many people she healed, how many people, all that stuff. But she's not just a glorified nurse. She can actually fight. She is known for having extremely strong punches and kicks, and her entire the inertia that she brings, it just brings up so much strength. This is her little brother, by the way. So that's her famous necklace, which she gives to Naruto, and it's the cursed necklace because everyone that she's been giving this to has died, except for Naruto so far. So let's go to Tsunade. So we have that she reformed medical jitsu and led the medical ninja corps, fought in the Fourth Shinobi War. We have, Tsunade has actually been in multiple wars, which is very interesting because women are oftentimes not desired in war, or their presence as being a fighting force on the field is typically diminished to absolutely nothing if they're always being stuck on the sidelines being nurses. So for Tsunade to have this kind of role that she has, especially within the ninja world, I'm trying to look for a certain part. So that's when Naruto challenges her to take up her spot as Hokage, because he also wants to be Hokage. So, and so he can't see why she doesn't want to be Hokage. Tsunade being the first female Hokage is a huge step forward. Now, the village, she's the fifth Hokage. So that means, there's only been four other Hokages before her. So in this time span, that's a lot shorter time period to have a woman leader arising through the ranks than, let's just take America, for example, when we haven't even had a female president. I think this speaks volumes in the representation of women, and actually there's many strong female characters in Naruto. Naruto Shippuden does a lot better with the representation of women because essentially all the female characters get way more battle scenes, way more nujutsus, way more abilities, which is quite shocking because in the first one, the women do fight a lot, but not, they don't get any time focused onto their fights or their abilities. But, once, Tsunade gets introduced as obviously the strongest woman on the show, it just changes the whole game plan. And her fighting Orochimaru one-on-one, and then her fighting within the legendary summoning battle where she summons this big powerful slug. It just shows that she's there, her presence is there to stay, and she never dies. She comes close to dying. And, she continually saves the village. So that's it for Tsunade, but I just wanted to focus on how, so that's one of her most famous scenes when she's beating up Orochimaru. I think Tsunade for me really showed how women can take up leadership roles, especially I was about maybe 12 when I first saw Tsunade become Hokage. I think that's when the episode came out. And it really showed me that, of course, I believe that women could be leaders, but that was the first, I think, show where like a person in charge of the entire community was a woman, and she doesn't even answer to a man. She answers to no one. She just is the leader of the village. So it was quite interesting, and it showed me that Japan, many Japanese progressive people, absolutely want female leadership and absolutely believe that it is crucial to the society. So that's it for Tsunade, and I need to take a break because I'm in pain. So thank you so much, and I'll begin the next video.